Hey guys, Tactical. I'm sure a bunch of people are probably wondering why I disappeared again. I know this because I've actually been asked. But anyway, myself and my friend Nicole Sauce decided to go in together on a rental property, and we made the purchase, put pen to paper, so we actually have the rental property, which is where I'm at right now. She had this pop-up camper sitting around, so we drug it over here. I've been staying in the pop-up camper while we've been trying to get this place back in order. It was in pretty rough shape when we got it, so in a few minutes I'll take a quick walk around and kind of show you what I've been doing. But a couple of other things too, like when we bought this place, it was like extremely nasty. Like animal feces, animal urine all over the place. So like initially I was just trying to like get this place to where it was like sanitary. So finally got that done. Now we're working on a couple of things because like right now, up until like 2 or 3 days ago, it was like 1/10 of a mile that I had to walk to go take a dump. So we finally got the septic fixed thanks to a friend of mine who helped me dig up the entire septic tank. He did most of the digging. I did some of the digging, and then it took me about half a day to get the pipes punched. So I finally have an operational toilet here. Still trying to get the shower installed, but you'll see that in a few minutes. So I've been doing a lot of that type of stuff. Then last Friday, a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go wheeling, and I was encouraged by several other people to do so because I needed a break. So I did, and I thought it was going to be like a situation where, you know, me and him and like 2 or 3 other guys go out and find a trail and like cruise around for like 3 or 4 hours or something, and it was totally not that. We went to an actual massive off-road park, and there was an event going on where they had a bunch of different off-road groups that showed up, and then everybody kind of broke into different groups and went in at different places. The group I was with had 19 vehicles in it. So it was a huge crowd. The other thing that my friend failed to mention was that it was all rock crawling, which I've done a lot of wheeling over the years, but I've never actually done any rock crawling. So starting out, it was like, oh, this isn't too bad. And then we started getting into it, and it was like, oh my God, what did you get me into? But it was absolutely amazing. Like, I've got to try to get my hands on the video footage, but there is a video on Facebook of me climbing up like a 4-foot waterfall that's almost straight up. The only reason I made it up there is because I had lockers. Most everybody else had to go to the left and climb up the steps, but it was a blast. I went out there with the intention that I wasn't going to shoot any video or take any pictures or anything. I was just going to relax and have some fun, to which I did. But anyway, my friend Nicole wants to go off-roading, so at some point in time, I'm going to try to, get up with him and go back out there and actually shoot some video, take some pictures and that type of thing. But other than that, we are also working on another land deal. And I'm not really going to talk about that too much, but as soon as pen goes to paper on that one, it's going to be awesome. I'll be shooting a good amount of video, and I have a lot of plans for that. I have several other people that are going to be involved with this. They all have plans and stuff they're going to do, so hopefully there will be a lot of video content coming from that. But, yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm going to grab the camera and take a quick walk around. Alright, so that's kind of like the front of the house, supposedly. Most people use the back door, but carport side, I got both my trucks parked over here. Camper's right there next to the carport. So you got this little carport area. I've got a dishwashing station set up here. Those shelves were left in the house, so I got them cleaned up, so we're using them to store a couple of things. A couple of broken lawnmowers. Building materials, scrap building materials. Got a little sitting area here. That's where I was just filming at. Oh yeah, coffee. I'll be cooking over there here in just a bit, but this is the basement. So this is where like most of the filth was. Those appliances we found on Facebook for like $1,000, which is a really good deal. But I got Sunny's cage in here, which she is currently under the table sleeping because it's nice and cool in here. But we got a little tool station set up over there. A bunch of stuff that was left in the house when we bought it. That's materials that we bought for stuff. Dehumidifier. That's all stuff that was like demoed, but we're gonna salvage the lumber. The nice part about down here is like everything's exposed, so all the wiring's exposed. Hopefully you can see right up there that copper tubing. That was what was in here originally for the water, but we're converting everything over to PEX. So I've got, so far, that's where the water comes in at, right there where that valve is at the bottom. And then I've got a main line running up there. It splits to go to a water faucet on that side, and then the main line coming out to go to everything else. So far, the only thing I've gotten tied in is right there, is the toilet. And then I've got the main line for the hot water coming out there, so it's ready to go. As soon as we figure out where we're putting sinks and stuff like that, I can get all of that run. But we had to kill a bunch of breakers because we got some wires hanging down and whatnot, so there's not power to everything. This little section here, we're going to wind up from that post right there to the wall over there. We're going to build a wall, and then from the post here over to there, we're going to build a wall with a door right here, so that it's kind of separated from the upstairs, so they're not trying to cool the upstairs and downstairs. But you gotta get the railing back up on these steps. The rest of that laminate floor has gotta come up. We had a GSD weekend out here and we got so much done. Like, it was amazing. But there was some water damage from the subfloor. There's actually 2 layers of subfloor. So we're working on that right now. I've got to figure out what to do about that little section. There's problems with it. But lots of materials that were either pulled out or scraps from stuff that we've been redoing. Been using the old kitchen cabinets as sawhorses. But coming through over here, this is the bathroom. So the whole subfloor in here had to be redone. And part of the subfloor had to be redone. But toilet that actually works. Yay. So the shower's here. We're going to build a wall over there. And another one like right here somewhere. And then the bathroom sink will go in right here. So this is the front deck area. There's 4 box elder trees that were out here. And you can kind of see, let's see if I can zoom in, the center of that stump, there was nothing there. It was hollow. My buddy AutoFab went to cut it down and he went to run the chainsaw through the middle to do a hinge cut. And he was like, there's nothing on the inside. But anyway, that one's still got to come down, but there's power lines right there, so we're still in the planning process of what we're doing about that. There's also the gutters have got to get cleaned, and that gutter over there at the end, that piece of pipe is so that we can route the water away from the house because it's seeping into the basement. So I've got to get that done. But anyway, continuing back into here, more scrap material that we've pulled off. That's one of the bedrooms. Windows going all the way up. This is the other bedroom, kitchen sink. 2 closets. Windows that go all the way up in the back. So it's a decent setup. Some stuff with this plan is weird. I mean, the two closets, there's like 6 light switches going across this wall. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I mean, it's a decent house. It needs some work. There was some water damage and whatnot, but we're working on that. So we'll take a quick walk out back here. Fire's going, burning some of the limbs we cut from out there, out front. A couple of outbuildings over there. One of them probably needs to get torn down. The other one we're gonna clear out and let one of my friends use. Oh, the septic. Yeah, that's the hole for the septic tank, with the water line going right across the top of it. So I kind of temporarily spliced the water line back in, but I'm gonna wind up digging out around the septic tank so I can reroute the water so that it's not going right across the top of the septic tank, because it's just a horrible idea. Thank you, county government. But there's still over there, right there is a cistern, because it used to get water from a spring. Then that was an old doghouse with the gas can sitting on top of it. You know, there's still a lot of trash that has to get picked up. There's piles of firewood everywhere. Like, you can't hardly walk 5 feet around this place without tripping over firewood. But kind of show you down up under here, like, I mean, trash, just piles of like scrap wood, and just, I mean, everywhere. So I spent probably a good 2 or 3 days just picking up trash in the yard. But we can walk over here and take a look at this one box elder. This was probably the worst one as far as the rot going through the middle of it. It was the one on the far right hand side. But you can see, I mean, this is just a massive tree. My Toyota yanked this up, by the way. But take a look at this. Just nothing in the middle. Like, it's just completely rotted out. You can see all the way through that. So, yeah, these things definitely had to come down. Once again, I'm tripping over firewood. But I mean, look at the size of that hole. Like, my hand there for comparison, like, I can stick my elbow into that hole. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of an update on where I've been and what I've been doing. So, till next time, guys. Bye.